Are you feeling a little overwhelmed, scattered, anxious, worn out, depressed? We could all use a little more self-care in 2022. That's why today we are diving into the best self-care habits for 2022 for you, so that we don't have to think about self-care only when we need it, but we can think about it all year long. That sounds pretty good, right? Let's get started. It might feel counterintuitive to everything that your body is asking of you if you are just stressed and overwhelmed right now, but moving your body is actually one of the best things that you can do to alleviate stress and renew your mind. Moving your body doesn't have to mean that you're trying to be the most fit person in the world or the strongest version of yourself or skinny or anything like that. Moving is natural, so implement some natural movement. It's likely that you could use some good, clean, natural movement anyway. A short walk outside could make all the difference, or maybe you just need a little bit of stretching in your life. Maybe you need something more. Maybe you do need to do strength training, like weight training, or maybe you need to go for a run. Don't push yourself too far if you aren't used to this kind of movement quite yet, but implement movement into your life to get the blood flowing and to get your mind relaxing. We use our brains every single day. Probably too much, to be honest. Every day we are making decisions. Some of them are small, like what should I eat today? Some of them are larger, like what am I doing with my life? Who am I? You cannot make a good decision if your mind is overburdened or overwhelmed. For us to be healthy mentally and psychologically, we need to give our brains some time off. We can achieve this time off through meditation. Now, some people prefer to call it mindfulness or practice centering prayer. Whatever you want to do is fine. Just give your brain some rest. Personally, I would recommend the free app Headspace. You can download the app and it will walk you through some great meditations. But if you can't get Headspace or you don't like it or don't have it, you can also just breathe deeply and intentionally. Observe where your mind goes, or pick a word to focus on, or pick a body part to just focus on relaxing. Whatever you need to do to give your brain time off from thinking and planning and doing. You've done enough of that. Start small with this one too. I know we're not moving as much as the other example, but you can still go too hard with meditation and then ruin it for yourself for the future. So start small, take it easy, breathe. This is supposed to be good for you. Last section we talked about our heads taking time off. What about you taking time off? Are you working too much? Self-care is all about having balance in your life, and that includes with your work. You are human, whether you knew it or not. You need breaks. You need to eat. You need to drink. You need time off. You need to rest. And one of the greatest things about breaks, they actually help your productivity. Work is important, and in our society, it's a necessary evil. I mean, some people consider it evil. But remember, there's more to you than your work. You are more than just an employee, and your life is about more than just getting the next paycheck. Plan breaks and time off in your calendar so that you are better at sticking to it. Make sure that you actually use all of your vacation time, and then when you are given time to rest, actually use it to rest. Don't check your email when you're not supposed to be. Let it go, it'll be there. Healthy work boundaries can be some of the most important self-care tactics that we can implement. This is especially true in ministry work and nonprofit work, where some of the needs of the community try to trickle in even when you're on your off hours. Hold strong to those boundaries. You holding those boundaries of self-care, it's gonna benefit more than just you in the long run. Spiritual health is not just going to church. It's about finding peace within you and around you. What does that look like for you? Do you even know what it looks like for you? Lately for me, Sammy, it's been getting back into martial arts, a practice that I've been involved with since I was like 4 years old, but I took over a decade off to do other things in life, and it's just so beautiful to come back to. Michelle, my co-owner here at DIGI, I know a good walk, it resets her mind, her emotions, it resets her spirit, and it's good for her physical health. Maybe for you, it's reading scripture. Maybe for you, it's reading poetry. Maybe there are select people in your life that you know when you're around them, your spirit is just renewed. Or maybe those people for you are pets. Like maybe when you're around that animal, you're just like at peace, you're calm, you can just like breathe. Take some time to get in touch with what fuels your spirit as we kick off this new year. My name is Sammy. If this video was helpful for you, please share it with a friend who needs to reset their self-care habits in this new year. Comment below if you have a best practice that you want to share for your self-care, and let's all have a healthy and happy 2022. Peace.